What is the difference between biconditional and conditional statements? Have you ever wondered how statements can shape our understanding of logic, especially in law school? Today, we will break down the difference between biconditional and conditional statements, which are essential for LSAT preparation and logical reasoning. A conditional statement is a logical assertion that follows the format. If P, then Q. This means that if the first part, known as the antecedent, is true, the second part, called the consequent, must also be true. For example, consider the statement, if it rains, then the ground is wet. Here, rain guarantees that the ground is wet. However, if it does not rain, we cannot conclude anything about the ground's condition. It might still be wet for other reasons, like someone watering the garden. In legal reasoning, this reflects situations where a specific condition leads to a consequence, but the absence of that condition does not negate the possibility of the consequence occurring. On the other hand, a biconditional statement combines two conditional statements into one. It is expressed as P if and only if Q. This means that P implies Q and Q implies P at the same time. The biconditional is true only when both P and Q share the same truth value, meaning they are either both true or both false. For instance, take the statement, a person is eligible for the benefit if and only if they meet the income criteria. This indicates that eligibility and meeting the income criteria always occur together. Now let's summarize the key differences. A conditional statement, which follows the format if P then Q, only requires that when P is true, Q must also be true. It does not requiring that Q implies P. In contrast, a biconditional statement, expressed as P if and only if Q, requires that P and Q imply each other. Both must be true or both must be false. From the perspective of LSAT logical reasoning, understanding these distinctions is vital. Conditional statements often appear as premises or conclusions in arguments, while biconditionals indicate equivalence. Recognizing biconditionals is helpful for identifying necessary and sufficient conditions, which is a common task in law school logic and argument analysis. In practice, conditional statements typically establish cause-effect or prerequisite relationships. Biconditionals, however, establish definitional or equivalence relationships. These relationships are foundational in legal definitions, statutes, and contract terms. Understanding these concepts will not only aid in LSAT preparation, but also enhance your ability to analyze legal arguments effectively. So, as you prepare for your LSAT, keep these differences in mind to sharpen your logical reasoning skills.